Welcome to your dose of single Sundays. That's right, this is Sunday, so we ended up doing our single Sunday. And a little heads up, I'm doing this a little bit earlier than normal to be set up because at the time of this coming out, I'm probably over in Traverse City, over at the CherryCon, going over, talking with people or anything. So if you happen to see me, just say hi, and I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Either way, we're going over to the Traverse City CherryCon and going to end up having a join pool. A big guest that I'm hoping I'm hitting is going to end up, well, not hitting, but end up meeting is Mark Wade. And then we're also going to have on Wednesday, I believe I was set for 7 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to end up having a live stream. So catch it over on YouTube and be able to see us have that nice little live stream. It's going to be another episode of the Barely There podcast. And, well, we're going to be barely there reviewing what happened with the con. I had a friend go over to another con, be able to get some stuff signed and maybe remarked. Anyways, back to what we're going to go over. This is going to be your dose of single Sundays, where we're going to end up breaking down what I have on the pull list, any kind of flyers, anything I ended up missing, and all that's going to be cut right here, weekly dropped on the Sunday to give your dose of single Sundays. To give your dose of single Sundays. All right, let's start off right off the get-go with flyers. That's right, we have a couple flyers that we ended up picking up. First flyer is going to be Reborn, the Ultimate Impact. I guess this is going to have a bunch of new characters going to be inside this. It has a storyline that's going on with it. And honestly, it does have a bunch of Miles stuff that goes on. And new characters going to be formed with this new item, or items I should be saying. And it seems pretty interesting. And it had a pretty good development, had a good battle mechanics going on back and forth. We end up seeing the character of Spot. And if you don't know, or if you can't spot the difference between the Spot, well, that's on you. It is very spectacular. So, solid pickup, solid pickup, solid pickup, solid grab. It's by Chris Condon. So if you don't know what that is, that's if you follow with Marvel, that's Ultimate Wolverine and some Texas Blood, I believe it's called. The second flyer that we have, that's right, we have a second flyer. It's going to be Absolute Arrow, issue number 1. This is coming over from, what is it? Protect Shout and Albuquerque as the artist. Solid way that's going over with it. And I love the tone that this is setting. Definitely something different. Definitely fits in with the Arrow or Green Arrow verse that goes on. And it's definitely an absolute title. Definitely something that I love right off the get-go. We're going to pick up another one. And maybe this might end up making it onto our pull list. Talking about the pull list, after those two flyers, we can dive right into that. So the question that you end up having, if you haven't been around here, is what is a pull list? A pull list is where you end up getting single issues from your local comic book store that's guaranteed set aside for you to be able to pick up. This is a good way to make sure you get the titles that you're looking for, and also the titles that gives the store a guaranteed sale. And then with that, we're going to go over with that. We got to rank it, and we have a weird situation this week. That's right. This is going to be one of those weird situations where we end up having a tie. But the tie is because we only have 2 books that's over on our single Sundays, or single issues that we have this week. And the tie is I ended up coming over with it. I like both of them. I love both of them. One, I love it because it gives something that I've been looking forward to. And that story I'm going to put on the back burner for a hot second. So our wonderful tie is going to come over with the awesome story of Wolverine by Chip Zdarsky. It's a solid story that we got to develop in. We have a lot of stuff going on, carrying on this story. We're getting set up for Armageddon. And this goes back to forth with his Captain America. Solid way to be able to wrap it up. The couple characters that it introduces. It's a solid, well, it's a great way to be able to go with this story. And it does have that couple tie-ins that goes on with the Captain America. Solid story, awesome art. It's been amazing so far, and I love the development that we ended up getting out of this story. Definitely a good pick, solid pickup. We're getting prepared for Armageddon, guys. Now, my personal one. I'm definitely a little bit influenced on this, and I'm a little bit biased to the subject of choice. So that's why I ended up making this my favorite, I guess, passion one. And that is going to be issue number 2 of Mum-Ra, the Ever Living. The second installment of the series so far. And if you don't remember, this is also going to be ended up tying into the Thundercats X Silverhawks event that we have going on. This ended up giving us more of a background story behind Mum-Ra, or his other form, I should be saying. We end up going through different Earths to get different experiences that we end up going with it. Start off with first Earth, then go to second, and then we get knocked on over to the third. Solid story. We end up seeing what happened and how he ends up, well, mostly how he ends up becoming Mum-Ra, the Ever Living. Solid book. Definitely something I'll be saying if you're a big Thundercats fan, pick this up, because then you end up getting the origins and stuff that goes on with Mum-Ra. So, that is your dose of Single Sundays. What did you think? Let us know down in the comments down below. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And until next time, when in doubt, bear it out. And thank you for watching. And remember, when in doubt, bear it out. And until next time, we'll see you later.